So I have this brilliant idea that maybe housewives, stay-home moms, trad wives, as they call them nowadays, maybe they should literally demand a prenup, demand some kind of financial agreement. So the woman that made a conscious decision to be a homemaker, to be a homestay wife, and 100% dedicate herself to family, children, nurturing, educating, raising, homeschooling, so that she demands a prenup. So in case, God forbid, something ever goes wrong, the children and the woman are in a good position, in a good shape, and there is no struggle, and they continue living that kind of life. Because so often women who dedicate themselves for decade or two raising children, a lot of times they would have a very hard time going back to workforce, but especially making a decent amount. But also when your children are used to being taken care of, talked to, listened to, the amount of stress the family would experience if you take this kind of woman and put her in a work environment, the amount of stress is not worth it. The good news is that for most women that are that dedicated and families, I don't think this option will be ever executed, or it will ever come to use into this option. But I'm actually thinking that would be a game changer. I've seen so many women, at least in Eastern Europe, we don't have laws, don't protect women at all. And so many women, they would give the best of themselves to the family, to raising the children, and it's not even, it's not even using all this technology. It was, of course, before these, iPads raising kids. But even in this modern times, a lot of my friends who are homestay moms, they do everything from scratch, cooking from scratch, reading, talking, educating, using very, very little technology. We have this awareness about computers, about video games, that it's not good for a child. So mothers who are truly into this, they are very intentional about it. They are. This is not just a facade. Oh, I am a homemaker. I am a homestay mom, and I will just put it on show, but I am on Facebook and on Instagram and I'm making reels. No, a lot of women who I know who are truly in this, they are 100% in. I even have one friend here in my state. She's originally from Ukraine, for example, and the way they raise their children is, it's like they have their own, oh my goodness, they have their own microclimate where they do everything from scratch. Even now, actually, in the time of technology and everything, they're doing everything from scratch. They're all fluent in several languages. They write. Her daughters are writing stories in Russian and I believe Ukrainian as well. So they not only speak, but they're fluent. They're able to write as well. That is very, very admirable. They learn she teaches her daughters how to cook, how to prepare, how to clean, just all the things. I think that woman that dedicates herself so fully and completely deserve to have a guarantee. And it's not because of distrust or have your heart closed and not trusting your husband. It's simply to reassure 100% that this will all continue and the things will stay the same no matter what. That applies to any urgent, unexpected life situation, which, as all we know, happens sometimes. But I think that women who truly dedicate themselves to their family like this, they deserve security. holding my phone today, of course, without a tripod. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, my dear friends, that a little instability here. But yeah, I just want to share this thought because we were talking about this, and I had a subscriber who wrote, she wrote that her mother experienced this, that they came from another country, and she was a stay-at-home mom for decades, raised 4 children, and somehow, I don't know if they gotten divorced or what happened, but basically she never invested in her education, and I assume she didn't even learn how to drive at the time, didn't really learn English, just really gave 100 100+% of herself, gave all, and then in the end was left without retirement, without security, without safety net. I don't think it's fair. Life is unpredictable sometimes, once again, but I don't think that is fair. There are women who really choose and dedicate themselves like that. Is so rare. It's so extremely rare, and there should be something in store for them. So yeah, please let me know what do you think about this. Maybe women, instead of being afraid of agreements and things like this, maybe women should actually have be insisting that there is some kind of protection for them, especially if they decide to go 100% in raising children. That's a very it's an incredible dedication. Once again, very few are capable of that. Let's be honest, very few women in general capable of something like that. For me personally, I think it's important to understand what type of a woman you are. And if you know that that's not enough of validation for you, that you want to explore some of your other gifts and talents, or maybe you want to spend first years when the child is very small, you want to spend with your child, you want to be completely with them, you don't even want to be on the internet or try to monetize. Some people have family vlogs or like how-to vlogs when they have children and family. I respect those women who actually want to be a trad wife, actual traditional wife. Because if you're a traditional wife but you have all this outlets that you use, like internet, maybe you are like an influencer, family vlog, or motherhood vlog, you are not as traditional as you think, because you do have an avenue, you get recognition, you get rewards, if you are good at it, you get compensation, which I think is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that it is at all, but you need to know which type you are. I would say for big percentage of women, being only solely a homemaker for the entire period of raising children would be very hard mentally. I think there is one that is fully 100% dedicated with absolutely nothing. Then there is one in the middle where maybe you are just super busy in the very beginning when the kids are tiny, but then you slowly start to add things to your life and maybe educating yourself or using your talents in some way, or maybe even going back to work if that's what you truly want. Because some women, I have some friends, they absolutely have to, they run away to work because they are wonderful mothers, but they need a break. So we're all different. We are not all one monolith. There is women that maybe need to have maybe shouldn't have children because they want to very much focus on their career. They really super driven, but some of those women have so much drive that they can I guess they hire help and do both at the same time. That's a whole another topic. The bottom line of this video is, do you think that maybe women should not be afraid of prenup, and just see it as an insurance or a safety net. If I'm gonna say this one last thing. If somebody told me about something like this, is some kind of prenup, something like this, when I was 19, 20 years old, I would be mortified. I would be thinking, how can you think about this? Love is everything. Love is all we need, right? Like, somebody would even hint about any kind of agreement, because we are from Eastern Europe. We are all about spontaneity and trust, and just being crazy, just being unreasonable, like being idealistic. I would say idealistic is the right word. But basically, living a few years more, if not a few decades more, you realize, okay, well, maybe it's important to have certain things in place, so you don't have to think about them. You can be at peace. And I think at certain time in life, when you are 30 plus, 35, 40 plus, you start to really appreciate peace. You want love, you want passion, you want great relationships, but the word peace sounds really good, because you really want to be careful with your energy. You want to, you may not have as much energy as you used to. You value your time. There are things competing for your time, for your attention, and therefore you don't want to waste. You don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste emotions. You don't want to go to some stupid court sessions. You don't want to be worried about the future. So I think that there are certain things that you understand better as you grow, as you mature. And yeah, so certain things we have to experience use. We have to experience the passion, the being wild, being in love, being heartbroken, being betrayed. I think we have to experience all this, and nothing wrong with experiencing loving with an open heart and trusting. It's a part of a life experience. I would choose this over living vicariously, over living in theory. But after you live a little bit of life, you realize that peace is a beautiful, gorgeous thing, and there is nothing that can replace it. But I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think I'm awfully wrong and people should just trust each other and not have anything in place? Or do you think that it would take care of any worries, and that would be only fair? In this case, we're just talking about women. If women who decide to dedicate themselves decades of their lives, that they should have some kind of support and safety net, just if anything goes wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me, my dear friends. I'm gonna go drink some water or something refreshing, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this. I will see you very soon, and hopefully we'll have another interesting discussion under this video. Thank you.